Hi, I'd like to talk about some of the elements that exist as pairs. And if you take a look at the periodic table of the elements, I'm going to trace the number 7, like come across and then drop down. And that's a very good approximation, a way to remember which elements exist as pairs. Nitrogen exists as N2, the N2 molecule. O2, F2, come on down to Cl2, Br2, and I2. So this makes like number 7. And then if you go up a little bit higher, you might have duplicated the entry for hydrogen above fluorine, or hydrogen over here, and hydrogen exists as a pair, like H2. If I go ahead and take a couple of wood spheres and just hold them up and tell you, hey, they don't exist as single atoms, they exist as pairs, we have a nice indication of a molecule. Molecules, more than one atom, the nonmetals hooked together. I brought in some samples to show you. And let's see here, I just go from your right to left down the halogens. This is a sample of chlorine gas, and chlorine is a yellowish gas. Military loves this stuff. It's a very, very irritating gas. It's also used in going ahead and knocking out bacteria and mold, a water supply, chlorinated water. What we have here is a little bit of bromine, and bromine's a liquid at room temperature and pressure, but it will vaporize, it'll go into the gas phase. And that's very evident because the liquid stops here, yet we have coloration up here. Iodine exists as a solid, I2 molecules, tiny little iodine flakes, but it's also in equilibrium with the vapor phase, meaning we have the solid and we have the gas, the vapor present. You can definitely see a purple tinge to that, so there's some iodine. In addition to pointing out some of these gases that exist as pairs, let me go ahead and just kind of show off some of the samples that we have. Silicon, element number 14 here, is widely found in sand samples. It's mined. We use it to make semiconductors and also solar panels. Probably heard about solar panels these days and people hooking them up to the grid and getting energy from sunlight. This is a nice ingot or a sample of silicon. Very, very pure and very nice. Somebody went ahead and cut this up and we made a display for it. That's a pure silicon sample. Here's a sample of silicon, not quite as impressive. It's in a couple of pieces there. So they go ahead and isolate silicon, go ahead and purify it, lay it down in thin sheets, and they can make silicon wafers with other elements like germanium involved, semiconductors. This is a sample of boron. This is boron powder, B. And boron's found in a few things. As far as consumer products, there's a product on the market called something like a Boraxo or 20-milteam borax. And it contains some boron and oxygen. And some other samples that offer us some colors. This one here is a chromium chloride. And so we're getting a chromium that's a purple flavor. And this is, honestly, probably nobody's really good friend. This is iron oxide, or rust, which we have quite a bit of it in Oregon. So I wanted to show and tell a couple of things and point out that some atoms exist as pairs.